So all in all, I really, really think that I looked at their games. Team South Africa was following. Obviously, they did us proud. They really played very well. They played out of their skins, and they were fighting. You know, each and every round, and well done to them. Chess, nonsense, and analysis.
Yes, Watu, here we are again. What are
Yep.
we looking at today?
I think today we should look at the World Seniors Team Championship, and Team South Africa performed well in that event, and we did cover the event in one of our episodes. But I think that we should give the viewers sort of we should tell them what happened, the final scores and how we performed.
Yes, certainly started off interesting, and keen to hear more from you. And who won the event? Before we jump into Team SA's performance, just very quick, who won the event?
America won. They had a very strong team. I think Jan Elvest was not sure about the board order, but Jan Elvest played Novikov.
I think
Yarmolinsky played.
I was going to say they got a mean board 5. Yarmolinsky, we've heard of him before.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Shabalov, and what's his name? Kartikian, the other player. So
good team, strong team. Yeah.
Very strong team. And the one player was also, so they won. They won pretty convincingly. The other team that I was interested in watching was England. I think they got third, if I'm not mistaken, and they were spearheaded by Michael Adams. Yeah. And but somehow they never really got going, in terms of winning the tournament. But yeah, America, well done to America. They did very well. But our own team didn't do badly at all.
Yes.
And look, I mean, sometimes the scores don't necessarily paint a clear picture,
Yes.
and they don't do justice. I think in terms of performance, if we look at what your rating was and how you performed, I think that is much more of a clearer picture for me, right? I just basically wrote this down, and let's start on board one. So on board one, we had Kenneth Master, Dr. Lyndon Bauer, and he got 6 out of 8. Out of 9.
Brilliant performance.
Very, very good score. 6 out of 9 is a brilliant score. But what's even more impressive is his rating, the starting rating for the event was 1996, right? But his rating performance was 2248. Brilliant. Yeah. Like a serious, I actually was even impressed by one game when I think we played against America 2, and he played against one player over 2450, 2460, and he managed to draw. And it was a fighting draw. And he was actually better. He was actually better in the last position. He could even have tried to squeeze. So a very, very good performance.
Yes, indeed.
Then on board, excuse me?
Yes, indeed, I agree. That was a great performance by Dr. Bauer. And Shabir?
Absolutely. On board 2, we had FIDE Master Dr. Shabir Baudin. He scored 5 out of 9. And his starting rating was 1990. His rating performance was 2096.
Nice,
So
nice. I
very
think
good.
Shabir, he started off very slow, if I'm not mistaken. It was
Yes,
2
0 out of
losses,
2.
but then he came
Yes,
back
4 out of
fiery
4.
with
Yes,
four straight wins.
absolutely.
So that's like
Um,
we know Shab. So yeah, that's brilliant. A brilliant comeback by him.
well done to him. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, if he had warmed up from the very beginning, I think it would have been even better.
Yes,
But
yes, yes, yes.
brilliant, brilliant results. Then on board 3, we had Mr. Alistair Metcalf. He got 3 out of 9, and his starting rating was 1889, and his performance 1864.
Okay.
Right, but okay, I'll get back to him. I'll get back to Mr. Alistair Metcalf. Then on board 4, we had Andre Squitten, and he had 3.5 out of 9. But just to show how strong the field was, I mean, that's why I'm saying the points don't matter, but the performance, right?
Yeah.
It was 3.5 out of 9. However, his starting rating 1832, and his performance 1850.
Okay.
So
Okay.
he right,
Yeah.
gains points.
Yes.
So now, yeah, I just wanted to go back very quickly to Mr. Alistair Metcalf. And one of the games that we will be looking at are from his. But I was following, his games, and the impression I had, because I feel that internationally, he certainly is not as experienced as Dr. Bauer or Dr. Baudin, who have played for South Africa before, and international events. So I think somewhere it was showing. There were some pretty promising positions that he had, and you could tell somewhere either time trouble or just because you have to keep such a high level of concentration.
Yeah.
And for the viewer, out there who thinks, okay, what's the big deal? You just keep this concentration. It's not, because what actually happens is that if you don't play, what is interesting, when you start playing, you cannot keep that concentration.
Yeah.
Right? You concentrate, but at a certain point, you sort of lose that concentration, and you are able to maintain that high level of concentration if you play consistently at a high level.
Yeah.
Right? It kind of trains you, and you cannot do this training at home. Unfortunately, you have to play. You should be match fit, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then you are able to keep this high level of concentration, because in many cases you find that you're playing well, but then you just have this lapse of concentration, and you either blunder a pawn or a position, you give your opponent this or that, or there's a move you've been stopping all along, and now you just forget about it for 1 second, and you allow it.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So, so all in all, I really, really think that I looked at their games. The Team South Africa was following. Obviously, they did us proud. They really played very well. They played out of their skins, and they were fighting. Each and every round, and well done to them.
Yeah, I agree. What I can actually just add to that yeah, even considering all the way up to the last round, I think we won our last match. I think with 3 draws, and then Mr. Skitter pulling through there with a victory.
Yes.
And all of this, by the way, just with 4 players. We didn't have a reserve player, so these gentlemen did certainly give their all up until the end. And everybody performing at least to their rating, more or less, or better. So I would say, all in all, quite a satisfactory performance. And yeah, well done to the players. Well done to Team SA.
Yeah, actually, what you mentioned there is a very important point. The fact that they did not have a reserve, and I think, unfortunately, hopefully, years later in the future, we won't run into these issues, because I think just everyone had to pay for themselves. So obviously, it makes it challenging.
Yeah.
But I think that idea or rather the circumstances of not having a reserve are very difficult, because it means that even if you are slightly ill, even if you're playing badly,
Yeah.
whatever,
Just have to
you
take the
have to.
punches and continue.
You,
Just to, if I may cut in what to, just want to
please.
add as well, like on that note of course we were having only 4 players. I mean, I think in the previous recording we spoke about, I think it was Justin Walker not being there, and also someone that we missed was I think Mark Lewis. Mark Lewis, also a guy that's won the seniors a couple of times, actually, senior champion. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, did he not make top 5 in this last one? So we were missing players. I think Justin and Mr. Lewis and all of these. And like you said, these constraints maybe played a role. And I mean, even thinking about these Olympiads, I played in a couple with you, Watu, and I mean, you get tired. You certainly get tired. I was not close to the age of these gentlemen, and I was already feeling it in my couple of Olympiads that I played. So, they did excellent under circumstances.
No, absolutely. And you see, the thing is that it's the responsibility that weighs on you, because if you have a bad day and you feel that you let the team down sometimes, because sometimes you lose first and everyone's under pressure, and and that weighs on you, and so all these things, it's different in an individual tournament. Individual tournament, you play badly, okay, you feel a little bit upset. You, after a few minutes, you get over it, you continue fighting. But in a team event, you are really feeling like you're letting the guys down. Yeah. So not to be taken lightly.
For sure.
Nice performance there. Should we then jump into Mr. Metcalf's performance and see?
Let's jump over. Yeah.
Right.
We got a game here from round 4 of the event.
Yes. So round 4, we played against a strong German team consisting of ladies, and very experienced players, of course, and not easy to handle. Okay, so let's jump into it. So, all right, normal. For now, it could be anything. Could be Reti, could be Catalan.
Yeah.
And okay, she decides to capture and plays e4, c6. Logical move, restricting that bishop on g2, because just solidifying the position, making it difficult for the bishop to get into the game. Good strategy. Knight c3, and immediately knight e4. So very aggressive intentions. Ready to change the structure and just open up for more pieces, right?
Yeah.
So she plays knight e5. This is a critical position. There are so many ways that Black could play it. Take on c3, play knight d6. But we can see now that actually Alistair Metcalf is in a very fighting mood. F6 is choosing the sharpest lines, the sharpest options rather, no, in the game. Yep. So wants to remove the knight from e5 and grab a hold of the center. So knight d6. b4 is an interesting move, but you see, in such positions, for the viewers just shortly, the thing is that in order for one to grow one's advantage, one is to open up for the pieces. So you generally need pawn breaks. So white has got 2 options of pawn breaks. So white could play, say, f3, e4 to break in the center, or white could play, like in the game, to try and play b4, a4, b5. Yeah. So because you're opening up for the pieces. But the problem with f3, e4, you make d4 weak, but b4, you make c4 weak. So, Black has played this in a very smart way, making it very difficult for white to. So it's a real battle going on here. So b4 is played. Bishop e6, a4, following the idea, and now knight e4, targeting the pawns, because if knight takes, then the d4 pawn will fall, but also targeting the pawn on b4 in some instances.
Yes.
Yeah. So so very, very nice idea. Bishop b2 is played, takes the knight, and then plays knight d7. So yeah, I like this idea as well, because you know the point is that we as we see, we know that white is going to play for b4 to try and soften the center, but yeah, we are going for the square c4. Yeah, we can sit there, and yeah. So b5, knight b6 is played, very technical, and here there's a big decision that has to be made, and I think that actually this is the correct decision. But I was very impressed by this.
Yeah.
The following move, Kelvin, because there's so much to consider. Because number one, you're going to because he took on c5, yeah, you're going to give the opponent the two bishops, but on top of that, you need to properly evaluate, because you're going to be opening up for that bishop, right?
Yes.
However, the pawn on f6, correctly evaluating that the pawn on f6 is going to
right?
Exactly. So, but this is in a game, it's not an easy decision to come to. And actually, when you see this bishop takes c5, you then actually that's what I'm talking about. You then realize actually the strength that Alistair Metcalfe has. Yeah. Bishop takes c5, very strong positional decision. Knight e4. Now the knight is very, very strong actually. So okay, white plays queen d4, and queen c7 is played. The rooks have to coordinate and exchange. Yeah, this one is for me. I mean, it's a wild move, but the thing is, what is interesting about this game? Both players are playing for the win. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know.
Nobody's winning.
Yeah, okay? White is going for it. I don't know if White wants to play g5 or
I think White wanted to play g5 here.
Just to soften up the dark squares, right?
Yeah. Because White properly look, the original evaluation is obviously correct, which is because if you don't have a bishop, then the set of squares where your bishop is missing tend to be a little bit weaker, because you need other maybe bigger pieces to be defending those squares, right?
Yeah.
So White wants to open up the black squares, but I don't know. Look, if I had White, White is a good player; she can play that way. But if I had White, I wouldn't go that way without involving these two guys. I try to find a job for the two rooks first.
Yes.
Get a job for them, see what it is that they can do. I don't know, maybe rook e1 or rook d1. One has to think rook d1 or rook b1.
Yeah.
Or, find something for the rooks to do, and slowly then try to see what you can do with the black squares. But okay, White went extremely directly with g4. Okay, but now it puts the ball in Black's court, because Black has to start responding properly to this. Otherwise, there could be trouble. Yeah. Next reaction I like, because it's very easy to panic, to play h6 or things like that, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to remember, if you play h6, just saying this for the viewers, now you're putting your pawns on the black squares. It looks good for the black squares, but then you'd be forgetting about the white squares. Yeah. The white squares would become a problem later on. So it's not a good reaction to panic and play, say, h6. But rook a8, as was played in the game, I think is a very good, nice idea. Not forgetting about the rooks, centralizing. Yeah. Okay. Rook fd1, knight e5. Now he starts thinking about going for it, because now we are taking g4, h3, knight g6. Now we are having some coordination. Look at the two pieces, the queen and the knight, both looking at f4 and ready in some instances to continue there. So bishop d2 was played, and now queen e5. Yeah, queen e5 is okay, but if we're talking further about this coordination, I'm not criticizing queen e5, but I would have chosen f5.
F5 maybe would have been a bit more consistent with white weakening his king side squares there, right? Maybe you can take
Exactly.
advantage of some
And
attacking
already,
possibilities. Yeah.
absolutely, and already the strategy you've taken, because you already coordinate. Why not get a third piece to coordinate with the other two guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody must. Who was saying like everybody must come to the party? I don't know.
Yes.
I don't remember someone was saying that
Yeah.
nonetheless, which I liked. But yeah, you get all your pieces in not all, but most of your pieces into the game. The rook now also starts to coordinate. Now you're threatening things like taking and putting the knight on f4.
F4 again, yeah.
Yeah. Knight to h4. I mean, these are serious ideas that we are having. So I think f5 could have been something. Yeah, just attack the king side. But queen e5 is also with an idea. Okay. And so exchanges the queen and immediately takes control of the b file. Immediately. Very good move, yeah. Bishop goes back to d2, and now f5 is played this way. And I think one of the main reasons why f5 is played is because white is ready to play e4 in some positions. e4 could be uncomfortable, opening up our white square, so f5 is beautiful. We stop this move. And we should not forget, if they exchange like this, then the pawn on h3 is also needs some looking after, should we say. No?
Yeah.
This is nice play. So rook b2, obviously, rooks belong on the second, seventh rank. Rook b2 is beautiful. Look at that bishop on f4. Doubling of the rooks. h6. Of course, we exchange the piece, plays g6. And I'm impressed by this. In the end game, the king must play this very nice technical play. Very nice technical play. The king comes into the game, and the king, now if you compare the two kings, wow, you cannot even compare them, right? The black king is such a dominating piece and doing so much. Yeah? Plays rook a3, wanting to bring the other rook into the game, but no, we stop this. We don't allow this, of course.
Nice move. Yeah.
Beautiful move, yeah. And then it's exchanged, and now we go for those weaknesses. Look at that pawn on c5. It's going to go. Now, what impressed me here as well is in this position, the being sure of the strategy to go for, because we are having this as a pass pawn, and we just go into the rook endgame. Now f2 will be attacked. Yeah, so now our king can come back, and a6 falls, and this position obviously black is much better, but still some work to be done. But have a look at the technique, not giving the opponent any chance. Yeah, king, look at that careful move. King might go to f5 and to e4. I mean, really nice play. a4. Now we're reminding white that, okay, you cannot only attack my position, you also have things to deal with. And the e3 pawn is then captured, and now it's an easy win, because of course the pawns are coordinating, and possibly we could play something like rook b3, cut the king off, and just win easily. A beautiful game.
Nice game. Good consistent play there by Metcalfe. Maybe that one moment where perhaps one wouldn't trade the queens, but he kind of showed his idea there. After the queen trade, he started dominating the end game with the open file, and his piece is still quite active.
Exactly. For me, it was a game that was well played from start to finish.
Yes.
They were never. He knew exactly what he wanted to do from the start of the game till the end. And this is what I always say: the opponent's rating is 1972. His rating is 1889. But you look at the game and ask yourself the question: who is the stronger player? Right? So yeah, that is always the issue.
Yeah, no, wow, wonderful game there. Thanks for showing this one, Watu, and well done to Mr. Metcalfe there for this. And I think there's a lot to take from this. Even the players sitting back at home who hasn't had that experience yet, and just learning from this, and your words also about getting exposed and learning from that. So thanks, Watu, for this one. Overall, well done to the team. And
Absolutely.
Certainly was an exciting event. So
Yes.
yeah, I think that's enough nonsense from my side. I don't know about you.
Yes. That's enough nonsense for today. Instructive nonsense this time.
Yes. Thanks for the instructive nonsense, Watu, and thanks to the senior team for entertaining us for this event. Well done to them, and
Well done.
thanks for the viewers out there for your support. And don't hesitate, if you haven't yet, to smash that subscribe button and throw in a like and share. And we'll see you for the next one. Cheers.